Alright, so not too long ago I put out a poll on my YouTube asking people what they want, and the top vote was mixing, but I already teach that, so I was going with the next best one, which was growing a fan base, which I was actually pretty surprised. I thought the next one was going to be mastering, but it seems like people actually want to learn how to do this properly. So today I have 3 pieces of advice that'll help you get more exposure for your music and your brand, which I've used myself. And the cool thing about these 3 pieces of advice is although money does help, it's not required for any of them, which makes it super easy for people who are still like struggling with money or like maybe don't know if they want to do music full time. Anyways, these are my 3 tips that'll help you get more exposure for your music and your brand. Playlisting, if you don't know, is essentially getting your songs on popular playlists. This tip is really important for all artists, especially if you have your music on Spotify. This is important because listening to your song even just once in a playlist increases your monthly listeners and stream revenue, obviously. But on top of that, you don't only get more streams, but you also get lots more potential fans and people that are going to keep streaming your music. Some playlists charge money for you to get their song on their list, but many playlists are really just looking for good music that matches like the vibe of their playlist, so they won't charge you if they actually enjoy the music. This is actually how I managed to get 3,000 monthly listeners while dropping a new song like every 5 months, because essentially what I'm doing is I'm putting out a single, and over the next couple of months I'm trying to get it onto several playlists, because overall it's the most effective way of growing your fan base without paying for it for like Instagram promo or SoundCloud promo or whatever. In short, you aren't the one going out and single-handedly sending people your music. The playlists are basically doing the job for you. Everyone knows there's certain audios that blow up from edits, even if they aren't necessarily good. And the reason is basically because it's catchy, and songs always sound cooler with visuals, such as like music videos and whatnot. I do this myself, and when I was smaller, I also tried to surround myself with editors so I could always get like cool visuals for the music I made. This point kind of ties in with the next tip I have for you guys, but in short, the editors you work with may or may not have more followers than you, which enables you to essentially get more exposure and connections to other artists and editors. This isn't just limited to Instagram either. There's a huge amount of editors on YouTube. I actually work with a few, and a lot of the time they'll just take your song as a submission, like they won't charge you for it, but some of them do, so it really just goes back and forth. In short, cool edits equals cool music. It's really just that simple. This one seems very obvious, but it really is necessary if you actually want to get bigger. Like, I cannot explain how many people skip this step and they always don't blow up from it. Working with bigger artists obviously gets you more listeners, but it's honestly one of the most effective ways of actually getting your name out there in the first place. Now, there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can either pay your favorite artist for a feature or an open, or you can send them something you made and pray that they like it. Because this is actually how I got started off too. My first song that I released on SoundCloud was with an artist which at the time had like 5 times my followers, but he still worked with me because he actually liked my music and what I sent him, so I got a really good collaboration without having to spend any money. Networking also involves having you and your friends repost each other's music on Instagram or SoundCloud or whatever, especially if you and your friends make the same style of music. It'll obviously attract similar audiences. Alright, this is like a 4th tip. I didn't really include this in the video, but like, mix your fucking vocals. Like, nobody wants to hear your raw vocals over a song, even if they do sound good. And if you are looking for reliable vocal presets and master presets, I just set up my new site, akira3k.com. It'll have everything you need to start off making music and make your vocals sound professional without having to spend a whole lot of money on it, because I know what it's like to not have a lot of money to spend on your hobbies or maybe interests that you want to pursue. So the site has everything you need to get you started and make your vocals sound professional without having to spend a bunch of money on it. Anyways, keep grinding guys, and I'll see you guys later.
Do you miss it? Tell me I've been thinking way too much. I just can't get out of bed. Hate that I'm missing your touch. No more messages on right. I ain't stuck inside my eye. Why you treat me like I'm stupid? I ain't get no rest.